Time to talk movies. Just a few years ago, this type of aerial footage would have been nearly impossible. Today, television and film is soaring to new heights, in large part because of drone technology. Donald Brennan of Brennan Real Estate joins us back on the ground to introduce us to Brooklyn-based Aerobo.
Thanks, Kathy. In the competitive visual fields of film and television, technology has changed how media is made. Drone technology is cutting edge. Still controversial and highly regulated, one Brooklyn company based here in Industry City is making its mark around the country. Launched in 2014 and still a relatively small company, Aerobo is one of the biggest drone companies in the country. The co-founders, former NYU students who graduated with big dreams. So you've started your own company. Can you explain to us why and what's driven you to do that?
Sure. It's the sort of thing like I didn't really pick it, it kind of chose me. I was happily engaged in another profession before this. I was like producing movies and TV commercials and things like that. And about 3 or 4 years ago or so, I just saw a drone flying in a video on YouTube, and I was just kind of captivated by it. And I realized the immediate potential of what they could be, used for in the media space and many other different spaces. So I realized there was a need. I knew, I recognized that I thought this was cool, and I assumed if I thought it was cool, other people would find it cool too.
Sure. So that's led you to the drone-only line of the business?
Yeah, there's just something that's really interesting. It's not just about the drone. For me, it was more of the ability to kind of capture and capture beautiful images. I often say, companies are not paying us for drones, they're paying us for pretty pictures. They're more interested, I'm more interested in getting that beautiful shot and moving the camera in a unique and interesting way.
Right. And the location where you set up your office here in Brooklyn, can you explain why it's unfolded that way?
Yeah, one is kind of a practical one, which is I was born in Queens and I lived in Jersey for a bit, but I went to NYU Film School, so I've been in New York for over 10 contiguous years now. It was easier to stay than it was to go.
Sure.
That might be the paramount reason, but I love the city. There's a wealth of talent here. Large media companies here who are our primary customers, so it makes sense.
Designed similar to a lab, Aerobo makes its own drones right here in Brooklyn.
Hi Donald, I'm Suresh Kumar.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm the lead aeronautical engineer here at Aerobo. So I design, build, and test all our heavy lift systems.
Sure. And
this drone right here is our custom built 55-pound heavy lifter. The payload's about 21 pounds, the airframe weighs about 19 pounds, and the batteries are about 15 pounds.
Yep.
We have a flight time of about 12 minutes, a top speed of 35 miles an hour, and it can fly in winds up to 20 knots.
Can you explain to us the configuration of these props here and what they're made out of?
Yeah, sure. So this is basically a coax config, and what that does for us is that it gives us a more steady thrust profile along, from the hub to the tip. So what that does for you is that it performs better in the wind while also allowing you to shrink the whole airframe. So it's just a more robust, it handles more robustly than a flat configuration, which most of the drones on the market actually are. And
the material itself, carbon fiber?
So carbon fiber is definitely the next gen material, is super light. So what it allows you to do is allows you to accelerate and decelerate the props very fast, which gives you better handling performance.
Got it.
And the entire craft itself is pretty much built out of carbon fiber, and that allows us to be lightweight and still have the rigidity and flexibility to do the job.
Right. So a little more expensive, but a lot more functional.
Exactly. Yeah.
obviously is controlling the drone, while the camera operator can turn, tilt, pan the camera head completely individually of the drone.
Sure.
So yeah, it kind of feels like a video game controller.
Yeah.
Just with a few more switches, bells and whistles, and stuff like that.
Looks like a toy, but certainly not a toy.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
Do you want to see one fly?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Cool. Suresh, do you mind popping the Inspire on the ground over there? We have a long list of checklist that we check off multiple things before each flight.
Sure.
The custom systems will obviously have a much longer checklist than something smaller. One important thing to do before you move locations every time is to calibrate the compass of the drone. So I will set that up right now, and I will do what we like to call the drone dance. Calibrate the compass. Wait right here. Spin it horizontally, 360. And then tilt it on its side, same thing, 360. Good to go. All right, so we got a good compass calibration, so good to go. If everybody stands back before we fly every time on set or wherever we are, we like to announce our takeoffs and our landings. So I would yell clear prop, and then you're ready to go. Yeah, you'll see they handle pretty well. You can bring up your landing gear.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What are the lights for on the back? The green lights?
There's green lights in the back and red lights in the front.
Orientation?
This gives you orientation for when you're in the air. And the LED light blinking in the back will also blink different colors to tell you different things that are happening.
Got it.
But everything's green right now. Green is always good.
Yeah.
Then we'll bring it back down, land the gear back down. So, there you go. I know it wasn't much.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
So what drew you to the space you're in right now, working in the media?
Well, that was my first passion in life. Since I was 5 years old, I loved the cinema. I loved movies. For me, it was like, there's an artistic element to it and a technical element to it. It's like the two of the things I'm very interested in. The sciences and the arts. And when I kind of saw like a flying robot filming a movie, that was the coolest thing imaginable. So it definitely made sense, and the use case is immediately apparent for drones. Like they don't need to. There's not a lot of selling that goes into it. I think it's like immediately understandable how they want to use it, and we've immediately had success selling into that industry. We do plan to next year, go into different verticals, and we've already had some traction and some more like industrial applications. But media, movies, they're just looking they're looking to wow audiences, and this is definitely a good way to do it.
Nice. Can you share some of titles of some of the productions you've been involved with?
Sure. Yeah. We're doing a ton of like Marvel shows, Netflix TV shows. We just did like Bloodline, which is on Netflix. We're Red Bull's exclusive drone provider, so we're doing their broadcast drone work. We just did something I think in Minneapolis for them. And we have a couple of really big projects coming up.
Already amassing an impressive list of film and television credits, Aerobo has caught the eyes of investors. So I gather you probably started out with some friends and family supporting the finances of the operation and probably a need for more capital. Where do you stand in that fundraising right now?
Sure, yeah. So about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we raised our first round of funding, and that was friends and family, angel investors. And a lot of those people had finance backgrounds, or they were successful entrepreneurs, things like that. And then we just actually closed on our seed round, our next round, which was venture capital from some VCs. And now the goal is to essentially grow the business with that, and then in a year's time do a Series A and raise $10 million.
Right, pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Aerial photography has arrived, with companies like Aerobo betting on its future. Even so, in many ways, drone technology is still in its infancy, with Aerobo already taking center stage. I'm Donald Brennan of Brennan Real Estate. Back to you, Kathy.
Up next, I take on a small redesign project with the help of luxury lighting brand Shakuf. Up next.